Yo, welcome to Crate 808, and today we are bringing you Black on Both Sides with Kipp Stone, one of the best rappers going out there. But before that, we thought, why not get Ray Ridge, our resident rap Brexiteer, hip-hop head in Perth over there. Okay, that's an old moniker, innit? We're going to go with...
No one likes that. No one likes that.
Crusader.
The guys online, they don't like it. That's what the feedback's been bad. I've done a survey. I'm all over Twitter. I'm all over it.
I know.
I'm all over it. And, there's people saying that.
Yeah, we don't like the Brexit thing. Boom Bap Crusader. Thing. Here he is. Ray, how are you, my man?
It's accurate. I'm good. I'm doing well. Doing well.
Good.
I did mention the heart palpitations on probably the last episode that I was on. So in a heart palpitation update for everyone, they've come back. So
right.
Well, no, it's probably fine. It's probably nothing. I don't know why.
Just don't do them during the show. And then...
I want sympathy, okay? I'm just looking for sympathy, okay?
Yeah, okay. Set a GoFundMe. GoFundMe for Ray's heart palpitations. It's actually a serious thing. I hope you're okay, Ray. I'm glad that you joined in the show anyway and thought, put health to the side. Let's talk about hip-hop. Let's dive into the Crate 808 mailbag. Why not? Why don't we do it? But before we do, Ray, I hope you're okay. What is the least hip-hop thing you've done in the last 24 hours, man?
The least hip-hop thing that I've done in the last 24 hours is probably listen to Donda.
I fucking knew Donda was going to come up. Okay.
What a fucking load of shit. That's the worst. That's 3 hours of my life that I'm not getting back.
2.
It's just... No. 3 hours of my life because I had to keep stopping it and just turning to fucking random strangers and be like, what's he doing? What is he doing? What is it? What am I listening to? Are we in a church now?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Well,
it
shouldn't
be any surprise to people that that's kind of what it is. But
yeah, I mean, last album was really churchy. I have to say, it's not as invigorating as some Kanye projects can be. As in Life of Pablo, I was all over that. Oh man, yes, dynamic, some amazing features. Although he has got good features, but yeah, man, I don't know. There's a few tracks.
There's that one. Keep my spirit alive. Yeah, the one with West Side Gun and Conway. That's the highlight. That's it. That's the only one.
Yeah, there's a Lauryn Hill sample that I'm enjoying with the missus. I'm enjoying the Lauryn Hill sample. But okay, so Donda.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? It's good because it's a sample of something amazing. It's like, we recognize this. He's done something. Oh, it's all right. That's kind of the response to the Lauryn Hill one. But the West Side Gun and Conway, Kanye, he holds it up as well. He pulls it off lyrically on that track. But
okay, but this is the thing, mate. To be fair,
acknowledge me as a singer. No, I won't. Go away.
Recognisable samples. You can't have a go at Puffy, man. Mace, they were doing that all back in the day, and we enjoyed all of it. So I'm here for the bit of a guilty pleasure, recognisable sample situation. Yeah, Donda, but least hip hop.
But that was 90s hip hop sampling. This is Kanye sampling
90s hip hop, and it eats itself, and it just goes on and eats itself.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop's doing.
Just pass it on to him when you get him on for the interview. That I don't approve. It's all right. I believe he can. I believe he can do better.
Mate, it took him fucking long enough to deliver it. So it was like Kanye was eating himself at one point. It was like, it's been delayed. Now he's got DaBaby out. Marilyn Manson's coming out. It's like, come on, man. Like, you're just doing things to be provocative. It gets the people going. Yeah, we've heard it all before, man. I've
not really been following the Marilyn Manson and DaBaby thing as well, but haven't they both been...
Yeah,
if Jambo was on here, he'd massively disapprove of it.
Oh, yeah, DaBaby's a dick.
There's controversy. They're definitely guilty, even though I don't know if they've been accused or not.
No, but DaBaby is a dick. Like, either way, let's not go into it. I've brought DaBaby up back in the day about how much I actually enjoy his music, but it's unfortunate when these people go out there and actually show their real colours at times, and you're like, wow, you really are like that. But least hip-hop thing is actually a hip-hop thing for Ray, but not really hip-hop, because it's not really hip. So I like the confusion there. I've got least hip-hop thing. We need some art in the house, Ray. I love Hieronymus Bosch's, right, Garden of Earthly Delights. I'm sure you've probably seen this, right? It's not suitable for a house, but I've been trying to figure out a way I could get it. So I ended up watching a 50-minute video deciphering Hieronymus Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights. And I've come to the fact I'm not Catholic, I'm not religious, so probably can't go in the house. Otherwise, I do really enjoy it, and that's been my least hip-hop thing. So there you go. Hieronymus Bosch. Anybody got that? Any can do better than Hieronymus Bosch? I don't know, it's pretty least hip-hop.
I recently watched all of Bosch, the TV show, and the leading character is named after Hieronymus Bosch.
Yeah, which
Harry
is based,
Bosch.
and it's based on him, isn't it? So
It's based on that artwork. Yeah, exactly. So it all...
people getting eaten in hell. Love it. Love it. If anyone hasn't seen the artwork, do drop some acid or eat some mushrooms and look at it. And you could be there, I reckon, for a good week looking at artwork. It's pretty incredible. So there you go. Also,
just put it in your front room. Just put it there.
Imagine all 3 panels. Artie's face would be amazing. Before I go on, though, into the mailbag, thank you everyone who has jumped into that. Can I also say my lads replicated the exact sample off of Aaliyah's track "Are You That Somebody," where Timbaland does the baby. The baby. He did it in the car as we were driving. I heard him doing the actual sample. So that blew my mind. It's I don't know which category that fits into, but bang, have you heard babies do samples? There you go. Email us if you have, crate808@gmail.com. I had to put that one in there because it happened the other day. I was like, what the fuck? So yes, there you go.
Yeah, like, shocker for everyone listening that Cam's child is just becoming hip-hop.
He loves Macomy.
Of course.
Loves Macomy.
As well.
Because that's all he gets. That's all he gets. But man, before we dive into the mailbag, Ray, right? Few things I've got, just a bit of housework we've got to do here. First of all, shout out Ethan Weiss, man. The man gave us a donation. Just nothing, no provocation, just wanted to support the show. And I appreciate that. Crate808.com went on there, give us a bit of money. Thank you, bro, for doing that. Shout you out. Patreon's coming. You'll be the first name on the wall, as well as there's so many people get involved. But yes, big up to yourself. And second of all, man, people who listen to the show know about a guy that James Midwinter brought up. Unfortunately, he's not here now to revel in his glory, but he made up a rapper, right, called Lesley Snypes, right? So Lesley Snypes became a bit of an in-joke, and we all enjoyed it, and funny rapper, whatever. And then someone, an actual Lesley Snypes, made a Bandcamp, right? Made a Bandcamp. It's there for everyone who can't see, right? And he shouted us out and made a track. And they're based on Wesley Snipe films. So Passenger 57, this one's called Deadly Sniper. Have a little listen to the shout out, mate. Here you go. Wesley Snipes. Yes. And? Yeah. Go check him out. Lesley Snypes. I love it. We've created it into existence, Ray.
We have. We've willed it into existence. Let's see what else we can will into existence.
Well, let's see what else. But big up Lesley Snypes. Big up to, he's released 2 tracks. Go out there, check out that Bandcamp. We're going to link it all in the bio and that. And kind of blew my mind, so I had to bring that up. But man, let's move into the mailbag, right? We've got...
It's a decent track as well. It's a decent track.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. The 2 tracks, there's actual bars on there. I was like, this is brilliant. And I think he's like referencing... I think he references Juggernaut, who we had on the show. So it's like this weird like vibe of, is this just our show becoming a thing? It's just, yeah, amazing. Love it. So there you go. Big up Jugs, man. So yes. Ray, I want to ask you what was on the rotation before I go into the mailbag, because I had some questions about rotations, but so Donda's on there. What else are you listening to right now?
Donda's not on there. Well,
it was on your rotation, and then you took it out.
It's just, there's too much anger associated with it. Okay. So we've moved on for that.
Yeah.
Pyrex Picasso, gotta mention. Just the beats. Oh, fuck. It's just ridiculous. On
my rotation, just to quickly get in there before the mailbag, man, it's really unfair when Car drops anything. So Car dropped a Martyr's Reward, and it's just been all over my rotation. So yes, loving that. Obviously, Navy Blues Reprise is in there as well. Navy is so good. He has these football references, and they really tied in nicely to, 1, my own likes, but 2, Gary Bacon. Thank you for hitting me up on Twitter. And he was like, I think it was Ocean Wisdom might have said something about Terry Venables. And he said, 1 for your mailbag. Has any other rapper ever checked Terry Venables in a verse? And he's consulted his rap reference database, and he's coming up short. So if anyone knows if there's an L-Tel, if anybody...
I'm pretty sure.
For the people in America,
I'm pretty sure Black Twang.
Do you know what?
I think it's some 19 Long Time. I can't think of the track.
Oh, deep pull. Terry Venables, for people who don't know, is a bit of an iconic England football coach. So there you go. For the people we're ostracising there on the one half of the world, there you go. Terry Venables, El Tel. So football references, I was thinking crate808@gmail.com. If you hear some good ones that we've maybe missed, like the Black Twang one, I think I might have missed that. There you go. Hit us up. So, Ray, we had some Patreon talk as well we were going to go into. It's finally underway. It's coming. We've started recording it. You know, it's hopefully by the end of the year.
Well, you've recorded loads of it.
Yes.
I'm going to understand it.
Yes, it's ready to go. And some of it is the Wu-Tang Chronicles. So crate808.com, sign up to the newsletter so you can get all the updates of when it's coming, because it is coming soon. And we've done a few Ghostface episodes already, right? So Wu-Tang Chronicles is going into every solo project from the Wu, and we're starting with Ghost, right? I heard a brilliant Ghostface Killah story. Big up Mini Hip Hop Museum, who cited Patrick Montes as the guy who said this story, right? So basically, I don't know if you knew this, Ray, there was a confrontation between the Wu and Bone Thugs in a serious brawl in 1996. I think Wu were winning that, but who knows? Bone are pretty grimy, man. They probably go in. So 1996, Def Jam holiday party, right? Tensions between the camps. Ghostface Killah, right, of course it's Ghost, sees Wishbone, walking through a New York nightclub called Mirage, right? At the time, East West is going off, and Ghost isn't enjoying the fact that one of Eazy's Los Angeles rap, label mates is in this New York hotspot. So he rushed him, and just all went off, and there was a massive just fucking melee, right? So I'm thinking, okay, fair enough. The best bit is this, mate, at the end, right? So without missing a beat, Ghostface tried to hurl a champagne bottle at Wishbone, right? So Wishbone ducked, and it hit one of this guy's mates in the face, and there was blood everywhere, right? So all out melee, bang, going off, dies down. Ghostface goes off, comes back, changes his outfit, and he's wearing a ninja suit. Right after the fight, so he's wearing a ninja suit after the fight. I need to know if this is true. What the fuck is going on with Ghost and his mentals that he's thinking, I've had a fight now, I'm going to go out in a ninja suit. If there's any pics of it, I'd love to put it on the Patreon. Hit us up. So there you go, Ghostface Killah story for you, Ray. What do you think to that? Who'd win that fight?
I actually heard that what Wishbone shouted from across the club was that Iron Man's overrated. No, it's just like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with him 100%.
Come on, man, that's out of order. Especially who won our last debate. We did put it out there to a vote, and Volume 2, we got a bit of stick, to be fair, for putting Volume 2 even in the mix next to Lab Cab and Iron Man, because it was all for the clicks. We won't do that again now. so it's going to be a user-voted thing. We're going to go into it on the Patreon. You can actually vote for what we debate about. So that's coming as well. Patreon, hit it up, crate808.com. But
it's all there.
Who won on the vote? Iron Man. Labcan had quite a few, but Iron Man did win the vote, so Iron Man gets into Crate 808.
It's fine. People are stupid. It's all right. Over time.
No, mate. I'm not having that. And also, our feature Trinity, we put it out there. We were like, we usually go with Buster, Nas, and Method Man, but then we also talked about Cannabis. Has he got the best features? There's a shout for Redman, DMX. End of the day, what happened was that now we have DMX 5 or 6 different MCs in our feature Trinity, which is what we usually use in our debates that people know about. So yeah, there you go. It hasn't settled anything, but people like to get involved. Redman, I think, is a shout. Some of the best features of the 90s.
Yeah, Cannabis as well, and DMX. I think it should be feature sextuplet.
Sextuplet.
Is that what it is?
That goes off the tongue really well.
It's quite catchy. It
is really catchy.
Quite
it is really catchy. So there you go. Okay. And also, man, another thing we shouted out for the last, we asked for best flute and xylophone hip hop. You've heard, because we, had to go in. So we've had loads, right? So Pat J.E. hit this guy, right? Fucking, he just brought out xylophone, Peach Fuzz by KMD, which I forgot. Great shout. Flute, the Shiznit. Yes, please, big up my man, the Shiznit. And Come On With the Get Down Yes Please, Book Wild remix. All these will be going on a Patreon Spotify playlist or a Patreon playlist for xylophone and flute hip hop. Anybody else with any shouts, crate808@gmail.com. Hit us up. I'm here for it. And obviously, Sam Youngman, he's emailed before, but he nailed it as well. Beastie Boys, Flute Loops, and Alcoholics flute song. It's in the title. They've got to go in. So there you go. Beastie Boys, Flute Loops is great, to be fair. So there you go. Ray, what are you saying to that?
I think there's going to be a lot of people shouting at their devices about, like, obviously, you know, there's some massive obvious shouts that are going to go on so obviously Flamboyant Big L, Watch Out Now, Be Nuts.
Ooh.
And then obviously off the books as well.
Off the books. How did I forget Off the Books? Fly like a pelican. Yes, mate. Still one of the best lines ever in it. What is it? I don't have to waste a whole case of Chris. All it takes is my pretty face and my gangster wit. I tend to live my life like that. That's like my motto when I used to go out is I have to waste a whole case of Chris. Either way, there you go. So the mailbag.
It's only 90s, isn't it?
It is. Well, it should really be. But we're going to break open. Let's just say it now. 3 album runs. People really enjoyed our 90s 3 album run series. We're going to do a new one. It's coming. And we're actually going to break out the 90s. We can do 80s. We can do after 90s. I know.
Yeah, but there's a lot of 3 album. Well, there's a lot of 3 albums. There's only one 3 album run that matters that we haven't done yet.
There's loads.
The winner. You're going to say Nas, the best.
He's going to say Nas.
Of course, it's predictable because it's the one. It's correct.
Just the last album.
Like any 3 album run, it has Illmatic.
I mean, that's amazing.
Was written.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I Am has.
But I Am has a few bangers, but maybe the top.
Has Nas is liking it as one of the greatest tunes of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Cross genre.
Across genres, all across. Well, the best 3 albums are coming again. They are. And although we haven't done all the 90s, we've got The Roots planned. We've got I Want to Do Naughty by Nature, mate. Beastie Boys. So all the 90s are going to be involved. But we've had a few shouts for Danny Brown. I'm here for a bit of a Danny Brown chat. I'm here for a Kendrick chat. I'm here for the Rock Marciano chat. So all these things. Oh, man, I'm here for the Arm and Hammer chat. So all these things that we're going to be going in. So there you know. And also, just going into the year thing, Dean Johnson, big yourself up, man, hit us up on crate808@gmail.com, and he was like, look, I know you guys have covered a lot of these topics, but what is the best year in hip-hop? Like, what is the best year in hip-hop? So I was like, okay, if we were to do that into a 90s thing, I think there's something in the Patreon here, in our live shows, what we're going to do, we're all going to sit down, we're going to chat, and we're going to get the users involved as well. And I want to know, what is the best year in 90s hip hop? Ray, have you got any off the top of the dome?
94 is when Illmatic was released.
I mean, you're laying it all at Nas's door there, my man. Like, that's a lot, innit? You're forgetting 93,
Illmag,
91.
Producers on that as well. I don't know, mate, or that or 93. I don't know. Doggy Style and
96, mate. 96 was good. I mean, I would say 99's got some bangers. Either way, this is
nice, yes.
This is
obviously M coming out. Yeah,
we need to chat about this. I think this is going to go into our Patreon somehow. So yes, we're going to be going into that as well. But Dean,
there's too much. Why bother with anything outside of the 90s? So why bother?
Well, we haven't for two and a bit years, mate. So so don't worry about it. But Dean, thank you for emailing us. That's exactly the type of stuff we want, and as well as so. MF Doom, we've got a series on the Patreon coming, Why I Love MF Doom, and people bringing certain tracks why they love them, and we're testing how deep their love is. It's a lot of fun, a lot of fun episodes coming up. So MF Doom, obviously, rest in peace, missed him this year, but he has had his own New York road named after himself, KMD MF Doom Way, and I was like, damn, that's amazing, in Long Beach. I think it's Long Beach Boulevard or something, and man, big up to everyone who I basically posted on our socials about, has anyone seen MF Doom live? And you know what? I wanted to branch that out. Who do you really want to see live in your top 5s? But we're going to go into that, Ray. Have a little think about who you really want to see live, because these people got in touch, right? So Fabian Villalobos, right? Big yourself up, man. Saw MF Doom in San Antonio, right, with Talib Kweli, and he said, this is just great. This is why I love MF Doom stories, right? He finished his set. Intermission began, right? And Fabian's friend taps him on the shoulder and says, "There's a guy in a mask at the merch table." Right, so he goes over there, buys a CD, and while he's signing it, Fabian says to him, "You should have played Peach Fuzz." Right, he looks up with wide eyes and grabs him and hugs him and says, "Thank you for coming to the show," and hands him the CD. Right, and years later, he hears about his MF Doom fake appearances, but he believes he hopes he met the official Doom. And I was like, imagine that Doom sitting there in San Antonio, and someone says to him, "You should have played that KMD track." And he was like, "Yeah, I know you're one. You're a real one." And he just gave him a hug. And I love that. Big up. And also, I'm going to put this on our Insta. We're going to put the photo up. Chris DeMille, I'm sure he's changed his name to Daniel DeMille. Dumoulin. Chris Dumoulin. Chris has put a photo of himself in the mask, in a Doom t-shirt, with MF Doom KMD Way. We'll put that on our Instagrams and stuff like that. And man, big yourself up, man. So yeah, I love that. I love these pics, and the love for Doom is just amazing. But Ray, going back to what I asked, who would you really want to see live, dead or alive?
Well, Tupac, obviously.
Do you know what? That's the first one I thought of. Tupac, House of Blues. Let's go. That'd be amazing. And then Doom.
I mean, yeah.
On the same billing.
Dead or Alive changes. Yeah.
Biggie.
Yeah.
ODB.
Because the ones that came to mind, yeah, obviously Big as well, yeah. And the ones that came to mind that I just made a note of was the people that were ridiculous live. I don't know how. Excuse me. I don't know how much energy Busta Rhymes has got anymore, but there's a show we saw. I think it was Hammersmith Polo, and he was absolutely fucking ridiculous, and does a little sketch between tracks. That's like amazing. A little. I can't. Yeah, Busta Rhymes was ridiculous. Cannabis was ridiculous. Cannabis was ridiculous live.
Cannabis was, yeah. I'll give you Cannabis. Yeah, he was good. But saying that,
but that's maybe more because, especially at the time, I really fucking loved him as well.
Yeah,
so it just changes your experience of it as well. You just fucking.
He's back with the Horseman, man. Back with the Horseman. Maybe that's the one. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? The Horseman. Yeah. See well, imagine the singular bangers on there. Soul on Eyes, fucking Ghetto Fabulous by Razkaz. This is a little indicator on what's coming on the pod, by the way. We have recorded possibly one of my favourite episodes ever. That's coming, man. We've had a lot of West Coast this year, I found, on the pod. We've had a lot of West Coast flavour from fucking Sugar Free. We've been talking about DJ Quick. We've had a lot of... well, I'm not going to tell you who we've got coming on, but we've got a lot of West Coast legends coming on with some incredible West Coast chats. And yeah, and then it made me think, what is the most West Coast thing you've done in the last 24 hours, Ray? I was thinking about this. Tell me you've done something. You know what I've done is listen to Sea Walk by Corrupt on repeat, man. That track, oh my Lord. I rediscovered it recently and I was like, you need to go back to Sea Walk, Ray. You're going to love it. It's Daz Dillinger, Death Row, 96, 98, West Coast. We love that. Sea Walk, most hip hop thing, most West Coast thing I've done. What about you, Ray?
You can't West Coast. Most West Coast thing can't be listened to a West Coast tune.
It can.
It's got to be a West Coast thing.
Well, after that, I haven't done much after. After that, I didn't do much West Coast stuff. But what is West Coast stuff? I don't know. But there you go. Either way,
it's low riding, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got one of them.
I went 4x4 in camping, off roading. And it was very muddy with deep, like pitted kind of holes in the just deep puddles.
Mm.
And so by default, I was low riding.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know if you get that. I don't know if you.
And I'm on the West Coast.
And he's on the West Coast of Australia. There you go. Bang, nailed it. Good work. I'm nowhere near the West Coast, so yeah, well done.
It's a stretch.
But yeah, we'll take it. And last but not least, right, Aaron, thank you, man. This guy's emailed a lot of great stuff, but it ties into our Patreon again, right? Hidden Gem album reviews. We say we're going to do them. We're going to put them up for a vote. And he sent me a list, right? Naughty by Nature, DJ Honda, Gorillas in the Mist. We talked about this before with the Lynch Mob. All hopefully coming to Patreon, this stuff, and you'll be able to vote for it, you guys who sign up. And he gave me a list here, and fair play to you, Aaron, man, for some of these, which is a Hieroglyphics Third Eye Vision, Ice-T's Original Gangster, Cool G Rap's Live and Let Die. These are the albums I feel we need to go back into and really get into. So yes, Aaron, thank you for that list. It'll be going on our little vote as well. And Ray, any hidden gems that you think we need to...
Gorillas in the Mist is what 2021 needs, because it's so fucking racist. All of it is just, not because it's racist, but because it's like stuff that you can listen to that's like,
yeah,
but it's over such a sick, all of it, the beats on that are just ridiculous.
Yeah. Ice Cube, man.
And it's just, anyway, that's...
There you go. Surprise pistol.
I'm not okaying racism. Fucking hell. I'm going to cut this bit out. I'm going to cut this bit out.
I'm going to cut this bit out. Where anytime Ray okays racism, I'll cut that bit out. So, but
it happens so often, doesn't it?
It does. But Ray, there's just a smattering of the mailbag, but we couldn't go fully in because we've got Kipp Stone talking about Black on Both Sides coming up and coming rapper. Go check out Fago Baby. Go check out Hom. Great, man, this guy's got it. He's got it. And it was just such a nice chat. And man, to talk about Black on Both Sides, we've already had Black on Both Sides is in Crate 808 from our first ever episode, but we had to go back in because it's been about 2 and a bit years. And yeah, just so good. So yeah, let's get to that.
Didn't that?
But Ray, go on.
Was that against At Speed of Life?
It was against At Speed of Life, and At Speed of Life didn't get in. Maybe someone wants to bring At the Speed of Life here. Then we can go into that. But yes, okay, yeah. Ray. There we go.
I'm here for it.
I know you are, mate. I know you are. Thank you for jumping on. And yes, let's get to it. Bing, bang, bosh. Man, we're going to be doing these monthly. We're going to be having a chat with everyone, and it's going to be a lot looser. None of this stuff, and we just be able to have a proper chat. Can't wait.
Let's do it.
Wicked. Peace. Boom. On to the episode. Let's go. Yo. Welcome to Crate 808. And today we have on a very special guest, all the way from East Cleveland, Ohio. We've got one of the dopest hip-hop artists out there right now. Yes, Kipp Stone is in the house. How are you doing, Kipp?
Chilling, man.
Chilling. How's it all going over there in Ohio?
It's going good. It's hot.
It's hot.
But, I mean, yeah, it's summertime and the city opening back up, so that's fire.
Nice. And your new music that's out, we are going to talk about that in a bit. Fago, mate, all of it, we've got to go in. But I was actually going to say, we want to talk about an album, like basically a 90s classic. And we asked which one you'd like to do. And you came out with probably one of my favorite albums of all time. So I'm here for it. 1999, Mos Def's Black on Both Sides, my friend. Like, yeah, it's fire. But before we get in, I've got to ask you what I ask everyone who jumps on. Kipp, what is the least hip-hop thing you've done in the last 24 hours?
The least hip-hop thing I've done?
Mm-hmm.
Drink herbal tea or something.
Drink herbal tea? No, that's good. That's good.
That's not hip-hop.
Herbal tea is good.
We had a Sunday brunch at my house yesterday. That was not hip-hop.
I like it. But yeah, herbal tea. Although I can imagine someone like RZA having a lot of herbal tea now. I don't know, but maybe. Yo. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be kept up to date with all that we're doing. And also, man, get involved in the YouTube comments. Man, we love hearing from you fellow hip-hop heads. We love nerding out. So bring those takes and just bring that flavour, man, and we might even shout you out on the show. So yes, appreciate all the support. Now, back to the episode. But bro, I was going to say, so Mos Def, Black on Both Sides. Just want to kick off then, really. Like, what does this album mean to you? How did you discover it? How did you fall in love with it? Break it down, man.
So, like, when I was, like, younger, my dad would just be playing music. And he used to play, he had one specific song he used to listen to Umi Says, like, all the time. Like, I'd be in the car with him for, like, 30 minutes. He'd listen to it for, like, the whole ride, like, the whole time.
Damn.
And, like, so, like, and then, like, what video game was it? Was either Street Ball or NBA Street or NFL Street that had mathematics on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it had mathematics was a part of the soundtrack. And then, like, that was before I started like actually diving into albums and stuff like that. But like a couple years ago, like I actually went back and listened to it, and I gotta say it's literally one of my favorite albums.
Do you dip back quite a bit then? Because just so everyone knows, you're a younger generation to our usual audience. We're 90s, but like we like having new acts on as well. So did you find yourself dipping back generally to the 90s, or was it really this album in particular?
It's really specific albums though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like obviously this one, like a lot of Outkast, like a Mad Aaliyah.
Damn.
Busta Rhymes, like just
Yeah.
the people.
Okay. So your dad was playing it. Big props to your dad for, you know, bringing that to the forefront, I suppose. But like, I was going to say really about the album, first of all, your music alone is very like, I don't know, it's very modern, but I feel it makes me feel like emotions, which I feel like is what art should do. So you invoke that, right? And when I was listening back to Black on Both Sides, I couldn't stop thinking of the effect it probably had on you, or I don't know, can you see like an effect it had on you in your work, or not really? It's just something you love.
It's I definitely, but it's not something that's like I do on purpose. Like I just channel my inner Mos Def before I rap or nothing like that. I think it kind of just like it just happened. Like because when I listen to Black on Both Sides, I just hear a lot of stuff like, damn, I low key, that sound like something I would say, or that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course, like, you know, he's Sagittarius like me. His birthday's like a day before mine. So like, I just got like a thing with Sagittarius artists. Like, I just like when they say stuff, I just feel it. Like, I just know exactly
really
what you mean. Like, it's just like listening to Jay-Z or something. Like Jay-Z says stuff. It's just like, I'm feeling like it's stuff that he said. And then it's like, he had like, they having a personal conversation with me on the side. Like that only I would get.
That's mad. Is there any like examples of like you I don't know, is there any on top of your head where you were like, damn, that was what I felt?
It's like in the delivery. Like, so even on Umi said, it's like just how expansive it is and how like demonstrative it is, like and colorful it is. It's just like that. It speaks to me. Like I love wide music, like wide, colorful, expansive music. And it's just like when he does, and even like stuff like on mathematics, where he say, there's one universal law, two sides to every story, 3 strikes and you bitten for life, mandatory. 4 MCs murdered in the last 4 years. I ain't trying to be the 5th one. The millennium is here. It's 6 million ways to die from the 7 deadly thrills. 8-year-olds getting found with 9 meals. It's 10 p.m. Like that, bro. It's like he just literally took us from like, he just took us everywhere in like 2 bars.
Damn.
It was so much in those 2 bars.
Yeah.
And he was counting, like, you know what I'm saying, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like.
Yeah.
Man, he just took it there.
Man, it's a beautiful thing for someone of your era, right? For me to hear you spit that so effortlessly and then think about how you rhyme. Like when you rhyme, the stuff that stuck out to me when I heard your music first time was the rhyming. Like the beats are wicked and they fit really nicely. And I feel like you have your vibe, if for want of another word. But like, I was thinking like, yeah, the way you fit in 2 or 3, 4 different things in a very small space of time, I could definitely see that on mathematics. But as well, the beauty of this album, I feel, you get the rappity rap, speed law, I am gonna, break down everything. But then you also have that love, the track love, and and like Umi says, and the heart and soul to it all. And I feel like that is always going to be timeless. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's like super hip hop, but it's not like grab your nuts, bust your gun hip hop. It's not like that. Like cookie cutter, not to shade anybody, but it's not like a cookie cutter idea. It's like he's rapping, he's saying stuff, but he's still entertaining us at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's like, I always value that, because don't nobody just want to hear somebody just rap. I don't be wanting to hear nobody just rap to rap. You got to be saying something, or like something got to stick to the ribs. Like I got to want to go back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And Mos Def's always had that. And I feel like this album, especially for me, because again, I'm a little bit older, but like when I first heard this album, he became like top 3 resident Like, everything he did, I was just into, and it's still there. Little, even though he hasn't really released anything, for about 10 years or so. It doesn't matter. Like this Black Star, I love True Magic, bro. I don't know where you stand on True Magic, but I really enjoy that album. Obviously Ecstatic, but like, yeah, that's interesting, because I was thinking when you were young then and you went to revisit this, did anything like stick to you in the fact that, because on here he's talking like obviously the soul and love, but he's talking about global like impact of capitalism and stuff. Did you think, or even like appropriating black art, he does that a lot on here as well, which is amazing. Did you learn any of that from this album, or was it more of a, I don't know, how was it for you on that tip?
I mean, when you know what I'm saying, when you grow up, like you learn, you know what I'm saying, it's stuff that everybody, like stuff that we know. It's like when people talk about like slavery, or like just how fucked up the system is, or how fucked up the neighborhoods are, you know what I'm saying, like generational traumas, generational inequality. Like you get that, you know what I'm saying, like that kind of just is what it is. But like with him, it's just like, it's a different perspective behind it. It's like the psychology behind all of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the psychology, like even like on Mr. Nigga, like it's like somebody will make a song about racism and how white people like do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like just the immediate effects of racism. But he like breaks down the psychology behind.
Yeah.
On both ends, like, which is like crazy because black on both sides. So it's like the dichotomy of that is just like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole psychology behind that shit. Like, who is the cat? I can't get the lyrics. He was talking about like a dude that's like rich, like the big American raps are like, it don't matter how rich you are, you still a nigga. Even like the condescending name, Mr. Putting a Mr. in front of nigga.
Yeah. Oh man, that's deep. That's even deeper than sometimes I give it credit for, I feel. Even after all this time, there's so many layers. And I feel like one thing, especially with this album, it felt a bit more of an awakening of sorts, but like, you know all that, like I know all that's going on, but it was more like a cultural thing. It was more like, it wasn't just me feeling this now. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us. And then you'd like all going out and listening to Mos Def live. And I felt like there's a little bit of that impact. And that impact I see today, like I'm watching Steve McQueen films, Barry Jenkins work, and I'm like, damn, I don't know, that black on both sides spirit, that power is still there, man, in everything I love. And I don't know, it probably embedded in a lot of this album, man. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from. But yeah.
It's so much, it's just so much stuff you talk about. Like the whole scheme towards the end where you talking about I think it's Woody Allen, like molesting his daughter or some shit like that.
Yes.
And y'all won't leave OJ the fuck alone. And he was acquitted. It's just like, I call me out of. There might have been people talking about that kind of stuff back then, but if somebody would have to show me like somebody that was talking about those kind of topics the way he would, because as far as I'm concerned, he's like the only person that was attacking that angle. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Just coming from my point of view, I'd never heard Woody Allen on a track. I'd never heard that. But you have Public Enemy, you have Tribe, you have De La Soul, you have all that. But this at the turn of the millennium, especially when music was changing, where like there was so much just heavy club shit going on, like Swizz Beatz doing his thing, Jay-Z's coming up, all that. And this was just that refreshing, like, no, it's Marcus Garveyism. I feel like it's this kind of ethos that's in it, which I love. Yo, just interrupting this episode to bring you the latest on the Crate 808 Patreon. Thank you for your patience. It is definitely all underway. So if you want to get involved and support the show, hit up crate808.com, sign up to the newsletter, and man, first of all, you'll be supporting us, which is great. Second of all, we'll put your names on a wall of fame and some credits, so you'll be in the credits. We'll shout you out every show. Also, you can get involved with us once a month. We'll be just sitting down nerding out over rap, so get involved with us there. A big circle of rap nerds just chatting about rap. Who doesn't want that? And then, for the price of buying us lunch, you'll be getting up to 2 extra episodes. One, we are definitely diving into the Wu-Tang Chronicles, already being recorded. Ghostface Killah, we're going into every single Ghostface Killah project. We've already recorded why I love MF Doom, why I love Jay Dilla, and those things are coming as well. We're going to be deep diving into why people love certain tracks of the supervillain and man, JD. So, if you're into that, hit up create808.com, hit the subscribe button, appreciate all the support, and man, it's coming soon, so can't wait. Let's go. Back to the episode. Boom. But like, one thing I was going to ask you, right? First of all, actually, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, which do you prefer one of the two, or do you just love both? Or is there one that you think you go to more?
I would have to say Mos Def, but Reflection Eternal is the first album I ever listened to front to back. So,
oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And like, so.
Yes.
But I'm gonna give the edge to Mos Def. Reflection Eternal, like that, that's another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like front to back, that album. Yeah.
They were on a level right then, bro. Back then they were on a level, bro. Absolutely. So I was going to ask you then, really, because you are a bit of a younger generation to me, and working in the industry and being a working artist. In this album, they talk a lot about like preserving hip hop, preserving the purity of hip hop and the pillars, and I'm sure you know all that. But as a younger person, as a younger artist, is that what hip hop still is for you? Would you say? Or do you think it's a different thing? I know it's a bit of a big question, but I was just interested to know where you stood on it.
I think it's just like with anything. It's like no genre of music is, and hip hop is young too. So like, you know what I'm saying? But like nothing is going to stay the same. We was just talking about this like I think yesterday. Talking about something about like how everybody, like there are goats in different generations. It's like there's always two artists every generation that are like the pinnacle. So it was like, as far back as I can go, it's like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, and then like Jay-Z and Nas, in no order. Yeah. Jay-Z and Nas, Biggie and Tupac, Drake and Kendrick, Kanye and like 50 Cent and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's always those two people, but it's subject to change, so it's just gonna get better. So like somebody somewhere that might say like Rakim is the best rapper ever. You can feel like that because that was your time, that was your era. He made those like that music for you. Yeah. Like my goat is Kendrick. And somebody 20, 30 years down the line, it's gonna be somebody like, yo, so better than Kendrick. And I'm just gonna have to take it to the chin because it's like that's where hip hop is now. It's just something I think people, you just gotta accept that it's gonna change. Like hip hop is gonna change, but there's always gonna be people who like I guess preserve hip hop. Like even like XXXTentacion, like God bless the dead. He was that. I think. It's a shame that he died because like he was about to be that.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
No, great points, man. That's interesting because like the pillars of hip hop and knowledge of self, like that's how we grew up, and that kind of thing. In your music, you talk about knowledge of self, bro. Like, yes, you have that, but it's also like what you talk like that inner self, where you're talking like it must be hard. I feel as an artist, just lay it out there sometimes and just kind of like tell you how you really are feeling, but then it resonates and really, really resonates with people who don't have an outlet for that. But yeah, I was just wondering like if that has come from, where's that come from for you? Like that kind of just like honesty or just wanting to express yourself that way.
That's just, I be wanting people to look at stuff differently. Like, be like a little bit more unconventional how they approach stuff and how they handle problems with themselves or with the world. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I think. Yeah. And I pride myself on like good communication, like being really communicative. Yeah. And it's just important for me to do that in my music. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And just like, again, like even to go back to the album, like the psychology behind things are more interesting to me than like why, like what's actually happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't be wanting to know what happened. I be wanting to know why it happened.
Yeah.
Right then. That's like that's what I be trying to do in my music.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just natural. It's not something that I try to do. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
So how you expect it's art, right? So it's self-expression through that. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I love that. But I was actually going to say, is there like tracks on here? Because we have these little categories and stuff. Mainly it's just to love the album. But like, would you say there's any tracks on here that are hidden gems? As in like tracks that you know are brilliant, but not enough people talk about them?
Dude, Climb. Climb. Who was doing shit like that at that time? Like, what? That's a weird.
Yeah.
You're climbing to the line. Who was doing that at that time?
Yeah.
Other than like Andre 3000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Andre.
okay.
It's got a bit of Fugees in it. I suppose, a little bit, but still, no, I'm with you. You had these little interludes in the album, and that's another thing. You talk about hidden gems. I have to shout out May December, because what a way to end a project.
He ended that album so strong. He ended that album perfectly. It went from Climb to like towards the end, like, so he went Climb,
Brooklyn, I think.
Brooklyn, Mr. Nigga,
yeah,
Mathematics. May December. Dude, like he ended that album so great. He was like sprinted at the end of that album.
He really did. He really did. But listen to that May December again. I was like, damn, this sounds, you know what it made me think of? There's like a million YouTube videos now that make music that is essentially that. It's essentially an interlude, 20, 30-minute package that I can listen to. And it's just weird when you listen to 99 Music and you're like, oh my God, yeah, that can now just be on a video somewhere. I'm not saying it'd be anywhere as good, because I feel there's a lot of great production that goes into it. Big up 88 Keys, man. All over this, 88 Keys is just serious.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm loving Climb. Love that. Where do you stand, right? Because a lot of people are on different things with me on this one. Rock and Roll. Where do you stand on that track?
I love that song.
Thank you.
I love that song.
Thank you.
Because again, it's the same thing. It's like people talk about like people appropriating culture. But then like Mos Def just comes out and says Elvis Presley ain't rock and roll. Limp Bizkit ain't rock and roll. Kenny G ain't rock and roll. Like I turn on Nina Simone.
Yeah. Just serious. But then I don't know if you've seen the new Talib Kweli and him had an interview. Yasiin Bey, obviously, we'll call him Mos through this because obviously it was under Mos Def. But like, yeah, it was a really interesting conversation. And I'd forgotten, or not even probably known, that he was going to be replacing the frontman of Rage Against the Machine at one point. I don't know if you saw this.
Who, Mos Def was?
Yeah. Yasiin Bey. Like
replacing
Zach.
Killah.
No. No, Killah. Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
I'm thinking. I don't know why I thought
Run the Jewels.
Run.
No, Rage Against the Machine. That I was just thinking that would have been so odd. But then you hear Rock and Roll, and you're kind of like, yeah, absolutely. I think Mos could have done that. I think Mos could have gone on tour with Rage Against the Machine. That'd have been incredible. But yeah, okay. I'm glad that you're there, because a lot of people don't like that song from that I know, just because it's so different to what you expect. But man, it hits home for me. So would you say there are any rewindable moments? And I know you said Umi Says. Is there anything else on here where you're just like, man, I got to press rewind on that?
It's a bunch of those. Brooklyn, the middle part of Brooklyn.
Yes. 3-part of that, isn't it?
Yeah, 3-part. Again, who was doing shit like that?
Yeah, crazy.
Middle part of Brooklyn, Love. I had to rewind that back like a million times.
Love.
Climb. I had to rewind that back a trillion times.
Yeah.
Mr. Nigga.
Fat Booty, Miss Fat Booty. What are you saying to Miss Fat Booty? You enjoying it still?
Miss Fat Booty is probably one of my least favorites.
Okay. Why would you say
that's one of my least favorites on the album? I don't know. It just don't really do it for me.
Damn.
I don't. It's like I don't dislike it, but it's just like it's not a skip, but it's just not like not the song for me.
Right. Interesting. my era, it was a single, video was everywhere. That was the track. It's so weird, isn't it? How like you can love an album and like, oh yeah, just time makes it so different. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting to me. For me, we talk about hottest bars and like, oh my God, like he's bringing it all over. But Speed Law to me is still one of my, we call them 5 mic moments, a perfect moment in someone's career or on a track. I think if you're looking at what does Mos Def bring, this kind of swagger, ridiculous confidence that is like underplayed with this just like charisma, and you're like, he has all that, right? And then on Speed Law, he just absolutely nails exactly why he can flow any which way with anyone. And yeah, man, that's my go-to. I know, you a fan of Speed Law?
Speed Law's fire.
Speed Law's fire. Okay, glad we're on the same page here. I'm loving it.
Yeah, we here.
we there. I like it. So I had a few things here then, right? Okay, let's see where we can fit these in. If you could be, I know this is a very solo record, but if you could be on one of these tracks as a feature, Kipp, which one would you like to be on and why?
Either Climb, Umi Says, or Climb, Umi Says, Love, or I would have loved to just drop a verse on May December.
I knew you were going to say that.
I would have loved to just be like that part, like on that album where it's like introducing fucking Kipp Stone, and I just come in on May December, just obliterate that. Just
classic. Yeah, you would suit that absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm here for that absolutely. Do you know what? May December again. We were talking about that, but there was other. You know, we talked about Brooklyn. What I really enjoy is about that. Now I'm listening back to the album. I used to skip Habitat a lot, and now I'm like, oh wow, this is like becoming an underrated one, a low key one. For you, would you say your like kind of environment, because a lot of Mos Def's environment comes through his music, would you say that's true for you, or can you not see that?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Okay, in what ways?
Like with Habitat, or just with my music? With your
music, yeah.
Oh, with my music, like even on the song "Get Myself Together," video out now.
Boom. I love that.
Like, it's a part on the song where I say, this lady across the street, she getting her ass beat. There's teddy bears on the curb, there's bottles of Hennessy. Like, that's a 2-minute walk to the store. Like, I walk to the store and that's what I see.
Damn.
Like, so, and this lady across the street, she getting her ass beat. When I was writing that song, it was a couple across the street fighting in the street.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I put it like directly, it was like straight off the stove type shit.
Yeah. And what I love about you is you're comfortable doing it all. Like, you're quite versatile, as in your flow's versatile, but you're singing on there as well, and it works. And it's like, and again, I suppose it comes a lot from this album. I don't remember many rappers singing, I'll be honest. So when you hear him, he says, you hear Climb, you're like, oh wow, like, damn, he's singing. This is a different vibe. Then I hear Fago Baby, but to be fair, Fago Baby is great. Get Myself Together is probably a track that when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I'm enjoying this. And then it seeps in, bro. Like, it really seeps in the more and more you hear it, and it becomes this vibe where you're like, oh, and I'm getting so much. It's a very rich track. I get loads out of it because you got bars in there like 6'3", but may as well be 6 feet deep. And I was like, wow, like, where were you mentally, spiritually when you were making that cut?
Yeah, those is like some of the like end of the road, like when I'm like questioning myself. Those kind of songs happen when I'm questioning myself, questioning where I fit, like in music, and just my choices, or like, you know what I'm saying, like where artists have moments where they just like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like,
yeah.
Or am I like fooling myself? So it's just like, if I'm not doing this, I might as well be dead. That's basically what.
Yeah. Damn. So then, because I know you, is it on, and again, another wicked track, Manic, Static Selector, big up. That is another one where it's talking about staying optimistic is exhausting. And I feel I feel these words, especially on the grind, and as we all live in this chaotic world. How are you managing that yourself? I was just going to ask, how you manage the stress and the pressure. I know you talk about meditating and stuff, but how are you handling it?
I don't know. A lot of times when I be down like that, down on myself like that, or having trouble being optimistic, it be times where like I low key forget how blessed I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody got things they want to change in their life, but it's no matter if I'm at my lowest, I couldn't even fix myself to say that I don't got like bad love in my life.
Yeah.
Or that I'm not good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever wants to say it or believe it, or however many people believe it, I know that I'm good at what I do. So, you know what I'm saying? Every now and again, you just be needing a gut check, and then you just be like, you just gotta be like, oh, I am that man. And then you kind of just snap out of it for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Everyone has these moments, right? Transitional moments. And I suppose that expression of art for you is a bit of a time frame, and like I love it. I love how it just really encapsulates that track, man. I love that track. But Manic as well is wicked. I was actually going to say, going back to this album quickly though, one thing I did actually forget to ask you was if there could be another non-90s rapper on this album, where are you going? Who is it going to be? Your boy Kendrick?
That's too easy. Let me give this.
Oh, I like that. I didn't want the easy option.
990. I would say, him. Because I don't want to cop the plea. Because like,
yeah, no, absolutely.
I would like to hear Cudi on Climb.
Oh my days! I think you just blow my mind. Yeah, that would be.
That would be fire. I would
You
love
smashed
to hear
it.
Cudi.
Yeah, I didn't even go there. I don't know why, but it's so obvious now. You said it. It's like, oh yeah, of course, Cudi on Climb. That would have been amazing. Yeah. Okay. Bang. Someone make that happen. Someone mash that up for me, please. I beg you. But okay, right. I need to get there because I need to know who you were going to go with. But yes, big up. So going on to your music then, bro. Quickly, I just need to go into some of like you've been dropping like fire for a minute as well. It's not even like it's new or not all new, but I need to ask. I listened to Vacation, saw the video to Vacation. Have you really stood up your partner to go fishing? That's what I need to know. Have you actually done that?
No, but I will. And if I'm going fishing, like, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. And I'm not answering my phone. I'm not texting you. I'm not calling people I know.
Wow.
So it was on brand because I would definitely do some shit.
Okay. So I didn't know there was a love for fishing here. The love for fishing was like, wow, okay, I'm loving this. Naturally, I have to ask, one, what is the biggest fish you've caught?
I don't know what kind of fish, but it was about this big.
Okay.
We couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
It wasn't nothing like that. It was nothing we could eat. So
okay, right. Any tips? Any tips for the other fishermen, hip hop heads that might be listening? Any fishing tips?
Oh, like, see, you know how like when you fishing, you can make it go lower in the water. I'll do that.
Do that.
Go lower. The deepest you can go. That's the best.
Okay, right. I bet you didn't think we were going to be talking about fishing when you came on here, but here we are. No. Amazing. Actually, you know what? Actually, I was checking the new video, Get Myself Together. Wicked visuals. You're walking backwards through the whole thing. Like, break it down. How's that video going down? Did you visualize that? How did that happen?
Actually, it was supposed to be like a remake of Drop by the Far Side.
That's what came to my mind. Okay.
That's what it was supposed to be, but I don't really know what happened there. Like, it just kind of,
evolved
just
into
didn't
something
happen.
else.
You know what I'm saying? It just turned into that. And like that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be me walking backwards, but and then like reverse.
Right. Yeah, it looked difficult. Either way, it did. So props on doing that because it looked quite difficult to me. But another one I had to talk to you about, Bravado, 6th Sense on the beats, smashing it. Again, we talked about vulnerability, stuff like that. I was going to wonder, now it's out, the album's out. How are you feeling on it? How are you feeling on your last 2 pieces at home as well? Like, how are you feeling about them right now? And what's next?
Feeling about and Fago Baby. I've been like dying on this hill, like with everybody I talk to. So I'm just like letting everybody know that I will begin very, very soon working on my life's work in my music, like in my with my albums, my discography and stuff like that.
Right.
So there it's coming to a time where I'm ready to like, I guess like just get all the way in my bag for it. And that's what's coming next. I gotta get it's stuff I gotta do beforehand. Like I gotta get ready, but and I just feel like anybody that's like follow my music from like, we'll say like to when I do start working on the life project, my life's work, it'll be like people will know like, oh, that's what he was trying to do. Like he did it. Like he been trying to make this album for XY for this long, or he been trying to make a song like this for this long. Damn. And that's what I'm the most excited about. Like I just when it comes to time where it's like everybody that's like really like my core fan base, here's a album or here's a song, and they just like, he did it. Like he got it right. Yeah. Man. It's like my homie that listened to Tyler. Like I listened to Tyler too, but he was like one of the first people that was on to Tyler. And when he heard Igor, he was just like, he did it. Like
this is what
even Tyler said it like in the when he performed the album live, like for the first time, like on Apple Music. Remember the Apple Music thing? He was like, he said it was like the idea was executed. And it was like, damn. That was it. That was that moment.
It feels like you got a bit of pressure on yourself, but you're reveling in it. It feels like you're ready. You're relishing that. Do you know what I mean? Love that.
I'm ready. When it comes time, it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be great.
Because you're working on your beats, you're working on your lyrics. Again, very much like Black on Both Sides. It has that, your work is very singular. It's you. Even though you have people on board doing it, it's very much Kipp Stone. Have you ever thought to go out there and collab a bit more? Or what are the advantages really of just being it on your own, doing solo?
There are advantages and disadvantages. So it's like, on one hand, who knows what I like better than me? But on the other hand, it's just like, sometimes when it comes to like beats and stuff like that, sometimes I just want to focus on writing, not so much. So it's just like, a load off. Which I'm doing now. Like I'm doing a little bit less production these days. We're just like trying to work with artists. Because it's certain producers that I want associated with a specific phase of my career. Like, oh, that's when he was working with Cool Mover. That's when he was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you got that mapped out. Damn. Man with a plan. Yeah. I love that. Can we ever see you like Yasiin Bey now, just going off somewhere and just completely leaving music? Can you see yourself doing that? Like he's just out.
I don't think I could do that. Maybe I might. It might come to a point where I'm not releasing music, but I think I'll always have some kind of music. It's like I'll fall into a production role or something later on, developing somebody's sound, because I love doing that. That's like my second love for real, other than writing music, like producing, executive producing, love that.
Yeah, man, wicked. I love to hear that you're into that because as well, we're talking about collabs and working with people. I don't know if I have any sway in this conversation to budge you and nudge you into the way I would love to hear more of. You and Mick Jenkins, man. Like Mick Jenkins I love Mick Jenkins. And when I heard him on Sprague Street or Sprague Street, I don't know how you say it, but yeah, man, that track is searing, bro. Like again, like Black on Both Sides, there were moments when I was hit upside the head on Black on Both Sides where I'd never heard this stuff before. Okay, I may have heard the same sentiments, but the way you two went in and the time it dropped. Is there any other thing you would love to do with Mick, or how do you feel about that track now as well? I'd love to hear how you think on it.
That's one of my favorite songs like that I ever made, and I would love to work with Mick ever again. If the opportunity presents itself, if we happen to be like in the same area, or you know what I'm saying, if he's down, I'm down. I'm down to work with anybody. Really, but
yeah,
I would love to tap back in.
Yeah, it worked.
Like actually sit down and work. Like,
yeah,
you know, COVID, so it was just like you just sending shit back and forth type shit.
Yeah. That links me to one of the questions we always ask, by the way, because 90s pod, obviously, sitting down in a session, or actually no, fly on the wall. You're a fly on the wall. Any studio session in the 90s, which album or track would you love to have sat in on, and why?
ATL.
Straight in.
without no thought at all. Like,
it was just like reflex. I love that.
I would love to watch that album take shape. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Have you seen that Big Boys put the dungeon up for rent on Airbnb?
Yeah, I saw that.
I kind of want to do it. I don't even make music, but I just kind of want to do it. But yeah, man, crazy. One more thing then. Talked about the artwork on Mos Def's. I was going to say the artwork for Fago Baby and Hom, very unique. The picture was lovely on that EP. What is the thinking behind both of those artworks, mate?
Fago Baby was just like, it was like a baby picture, so it was just like
perfect.
You know what I'm saying? But was like, and it's crazy too how it's like is about like manhood. And like Fago Baby is like more like my childhood and shit like that. But with the cover of which ironically kind of looks a little bit like Reflection Eternal. And I had no that wasn't what I told my homie when he made the cover art. Like, something like Reflection Eternal. It just kind of ended up looking like that.
Yeah.
Like, if I had time, I would pull them both up and show you.
Yeah, no, I've got it in my head. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's amazing.
But it was a time, I love telling this story. It was a time where when I was like working on and when I was like wrapping up on where I kept seeing fours. Like I just kept seeing fours. Like I catch the clock at 4:44, or like license plates to be 4:44 this and 4:44, and it resonated with me because I was born at 4:44 a.m. on December 12th. And like, so like if you look at the cover of it's like the H and then the leg is broken off, so it's like a four. And then it's like the reason why is green, and I'm in front of my childhood home.
Yeah.
And I talked to my homegirl who like she's like my spirit animal. You know what I'm saying? Like I just come to her about everything. And she was like, you keep seeing fours, that has a lot to do with home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just feeling at home and just how your home life and all that kind of stuff like that. So, like, all of the stuff that I was talking about, or most of the stuff that I was talking about on was like stuff like around my neighborhood and stuff.
Right.
What's going on in my house or what's going on in my life in general. So it was like really ironic that I kept seeing fours.
That's so mad.
And the shit was like pink and green. Like the cover art was pink and green because it was following me from childhood to manhood. And, green is like a color that's associated with growth. And then pink is a color that's like associated with innocence and, like whimsical, childlike, like a kind of childlike thing. So the pink and the green like blends together to make the color for the other color scheme. Even at the time, I was wearing a lot of pink and green. Like I was distinctly was like if somebody sees me out in public, I'm going to have one pink or I'm going to have on green. So it's like the whole color theory and numerology and shit like that. So that was like really big for that.
Man, I one, I'm impressed, and two, I just love the fact that artists are still doing this. Like, I missed all that. I'm so glad you broke it down for me, man. It gives that whole other layer. And it's an album, and if people haven't heard Kipp's music, go out there and listen to it, because it is an album that you can keep digging into and rewards you over and over, like Mos Def, like Talib have done. It has that, bro. So yeah, I had to say that, because it's like we had Evidence on, and we talk about Evidence, and I feel his music does the same thing for me. So it's interesting, because yeah, your bars alone, like, you know, you could sit there and just go different places with them. So yeah, big yourself up, bro.
And it's all about the discography too. So it's like Home starts. Me personally, I consider my career to have started at Home.
Right.
Like officially started at Home. So like Home starts from childhood. And the intro is what I'm talking about, like shit that like my childhood, blah, blah, blah. And then when I get to the end of it, it's adulthood, and it's called Kind of Crazy. It's like, all right, I'm a grown man now, and this shit has literally drove me crazy. And then Fago Baby starts out with Manic. So, and it's like, it's just gonna keep on going from there.
Right, man, I'm loving this plan. I can't wait to see it come together for you, man. Really, it's gonna be wicked. It's gonna be wicked. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming on, bro. I do. And yeah, just keep smashing it. Doors are always open, like, for any new music, man. Definitely. Before you go though, we've got to ask you what we ask everyone. Last great piece of music you heard. Could be old, could be new. Just a last great piece, and it can't be Black on Both Sides, because we've been talking about it.
The last great Cautious Clay album is amazing.
Okay.
And Tyler's album, Call Me If You Get Lost, is like, that's gonna be on repeat for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And Isaiah Rashad was like on fire. Like he has been like unstoppable for the past like 2 months.
Yeah. It's good. I'm so hyped for that. But man, I didn't even think we'd get a Tyler. So I'm like, you know what? I'm still not really dug in. I've been doing so much pod stuff. I've been hearing these 2 or 3 tracks where I'm just keep rewinding 2 or 3, and I need to I can imagine that whole project is going to be amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely here for that. So man, thank you for being part of that whole tapestry, man. The whole on my rotation. Like, man, your music's just been there for a while, and it's nice to have you on to actually celebrate it. So man, keep smashing it. And yeah, man, peace, and just keep doing your thing, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Wicked.
Thanks for having me,
man. You too. Peace, bro.